Hi, this is Chris Metcalf from Socrata, and I'm here to help you get started with your National Data Civic hacking projects by giving you an introduction to the Socrata APIs. First, I'm going to take one quick moment and tell you about who we are here at Socrata and why we're involved in open data and projects like National Data Civic hacking. Here at Socrata, we build software to make data more useful to more people. We believe that every different type of user of open data deserves a customized experience that makes their life better. Citizens, researchers, developers, they all will have a tailored experience to help them use the data in the way that's most appropriate to them. We believe that greater access to public data makes cities better places to live and can improve our lives. We make it easier for governments to share their public data with civic developers, and we also provide open data APIs that make it easier for civic developers to reuse that public data within their applications. Next, I'll talk a little bit about the Socrata open data APIs and how you can get started with them. For National Data Civic hacking, we've actually put up a great resource page at /NDoCH on the Socrata website that'll help you find data sets particular to your event or particular to your area. There's also links to all of our developer resources, this video, the slides, things like that, all on that site. So it's a great place to start out if you're looking to find data. Once you've found your data set, you'll need to find its API endpoint. All API endpoints follow a common template at /resource, identifier, the identifier for the data set, and then the extension of the output type you want to get. The examples we'll show here will all be in JSON, so they'll have a .json extension on those URLs, but you can also do XML and CSV, and those are all documented on our developer site. To make it easier to help you find the API endpoint for a given data set, you can actually grab it from right within the data catalog dataset page. So if you just open that export sidebar under SOTA API, there'll be a link you can grab so it can take you directly to that API endpoint. Once you have your API endpoint, you're going to want to start filtering the data. The simplest kind of filter you can do, we call it simple filter. And it's just an equality filter where you're looking for only records where a given column contains a given value. In this case, we're filtering only for records that have a source of con ed, so we put on source equals con ed. It's a very simple way to get started. You can experiment with these queries just by dropping that API endpoint into your browser URL bar, or using simple tools like curl or hurl.it or Postman for Chrome. A lot of great tools to help you explore these RESTful APIs. If you want to do a more complicated query, you'll want to explore our SOCL queries. SOCL stands for Socrata Query Language. It's based on SQL with a few custom extensions more particular to open data and to the way that you would do a RESTful query with a query language like this. In this particular example, we're looking only for zip codes in New York City is the sample data set here, where the kilowatt hour usage is greater than 80,000. If you're looking to do more advanced queries like this, I recommend you could take a look at the query documentation, as each different data type has different types of queries you can issue against it. One type of query that's very, very popular is our geoqueries. So we have a special column type called location that allows you to do geospatial queries on it. In this case, we're looking for all of the entries in a data set that have a value in their location column, that's the column named location here, that are within 500 meters of a given latitude and longitude. It's a great way of building a mobile app or something that might alert you of events in your area. Other thing that you're going to encounter is also paging. So results from the API are limited to 1,000 records per page, and you'll need to use our limit and offset parameters to page through them. The default limit is 1,000, the offset starts at 0, and you just basically keep adding your offset, your limit to your offset in order to get the next page of data. So in this case, we'd be getting the third page of data from that data set. Another thing you'll want to do, especially as you get a little bit further on in your exploration with the API, is register for an application token. All apps by default get put into a smaller pool until they register for an application token. So if you want to get into that larger pool of requests where you get 1,000 requests per hour to start with your application, you want to register your app just by providing a little bit of information and take that app token that we give it and pass it either as an HTTP header or as an app token parameter, and then you'll automatically get your own private pool of API requests. So what happens if you run into problems? I know I've kind of rushed through things pretty quickly here. You may have more questions. So we have our great developer portal at dev.socrata.com. That's where I recommend you take a look first. There's documentation on all the different query types you can use, on how to use an app token, how to page through data, links out to our code libraries, and a lot of great resources. If you find problems, or if you want to contribute maybe a write-up on something you built for National Day of Civic Hacking, it's also community powered. So it's all hosted on GitHub pages, and we accept pull requests for improving documentation, or if you want to do a little write-up, let us know, and we'd be glad to help include your content on our site. For National Day Civic Hacking, we also have live help available. In person at many events, we're going to have Socrata employees who are going to be there to help you and help you find help. Just look for them. They're wearing red shirts. They should be pretty easy to spot, and they'll be walking around meeting everybody and being really, really friendly. We also are setting up a home base here in Seattle, and that's actually where I'll be, where we will be helping out those individuals at the local events, and also I'll be hanging on at IRC to answer questions if you just want to jump on directly to the Socrata Soda channel on Freenode, and we'll help you out there. And as I said before, that NDoCH page on www.socrata.com is a great place to go find links to all these resources in one place. We also have a lot of code libraries available if you want to get started with a particular language like Ruby or Scala or R. You can just go to the libraries page on the dev site, dev.socrata.com/libraries, and there's a great listing there. All of our libraries are open source. Again, I'll host it on GitHub, so if you're interested in contributing that, or if you built your own, the R library, for example, was built by a developer at a hackathon, we'd love to take your contributions as well. One more thing I have to mention, here at Socrata, we're hiring. We have a huge growing team here in Seattle and also in Washington, D.C., and with some remote employees around the country. So we'd love to have you come join us. If you're interested in turning your passion for open data into a career, please check out www.socrata.com/careers, and you can see our listing of jobs there. We're looking for developers, we're looking for sales engineers, we're looking for salespeople, client services, lots of great opportunities with Socrata. So now I'm going to let you get started and go off and build your awesome applications. Please come and find me on IRC or find a Socrata employee if you have any questions, and we're really excited to have you part of this great event. All right, everybody take care and have a great weekend.